All right, family. It's the weekend. We have made it to Friday. We got the sexiest man in the industry, Big Rob, on the screen, and we also live on radio.
Salute.
Going on. Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm grateful to be alive again another day.
Hey, I feel you on that one. And we have the credit master, the one and the man that talks money talk, the money man himself, Chauncy WIlliams. How you doing today, Chauncy?
All right, I'm blessed, man. I'll take it, man. Hey, you call me the credit man, the money man. First, I used to step away humbly from things, but when it's happening and it's shaping out for people, and they seeing you that they're meeting their goals and their credit scores are changing, hundreds and 200 points, I can't even deny the testimony. So I'll ride into that because money is something that we supposed to learn how to love, but not mistreat it.
Hey, man. And you've been helping cats get to that 700 category, the 800 category. Let's talk about that, man. What's the first step on this journey for credit excellence?
The first step is, when you think about the first step of the credit excellence, is for one, is being obedient and disciplined in your finances. That's the first thing. So you gotta shape yourself and say that I done made some mistakes in the past. That's how you got to look at yourself first, financially. And the step two is how to break out of shame and not be scared to ask for help from somebody else. That's what I've noticed. Because like I think I talked to you guys before on the radio, I have figured out how to leverage the whole system for people from my demographics. Because a lot of times people can't afford the services. So what I would do is I would do something like a credit profile, kind of like a credit report card for them, where I would take all 3 of their credit reports and I would break down the collections that they have, student loan debt, tax liens, child support, and I would give them advice in different areas about what plan of action they can do. And basically it would be choices, or it would be letters, or it would be disputes, or I would teach them actual processes for a nominal fee. And that process been working out pretty good. I was just thinking about this morning. I'm probably up, because I give a free book away too for that process. I'm probably up about 65 people since COVID.
Oh,
so
wow.
6-7 month process. So I've been doing about 10 people a month of showing them the process on how to increase their credit score from just as 100 points by doing small things. Sometimes one thing will make a credit score go up 100 points.
Really? So tell me this, what's a good score to have?
A lot of times they say average scores, average scores, average scores. So it's a compile of how consumer spending is and the trends in the data when it comes to like the stock market and things like that. But for me, a good average score for somebody, if you can get a 710, 715 is a decent enough average score. So a lot of people be thinking, oh, I got a 650, I got this, I got that. That's almost subprime. That's almost at the bottom.
People getting cars with those scores though. People getting mortgages with six something.
Let me share this with you. They will give you a car that's $50,000, but they won't give you a home loan for $15,000.
That's crazy.
To do improvements. Say I'm lying.
No, I agree.
No, you ain't lying.
You ain't lying. I don't understand. What's the logic behind that then? Why would they give you a car that costs $50,000 rather than a house that costs $15,000?
The depreciation value and the access to get the car back faster. There's no protection laws to protect you from the car. So the car, they can repo the car and get that back. Because, you know, when they can list the car just like they list houses on the MLS, any tow truck man that got the list can come pick your car up.
So it's easy to get the car. It's easier to get the car.
That's right. It's easy to get the car. And then plus you got to look at the car. So like houses, real estate, it's like a stock market, right? So you buy a house, you have the house, you got the FHA, you got the protection. It takes a longer process. You got 6 months before they can put you out. So there's other things in place that'll help you keep that actual home. But when you think about a car, 30 days late, 60 days late, 90 days late, they coming to get it. It's an asset. They coming to get the asset. And then what they're going to do when they get that asset, they're going to sell it again to somebody else and then put it on your credit report as a repossession. So then they're going to have the balance when they sell a car to the next person and send it back to you. So now that's a straight up hustle. A car loan is a hustle. Don't never think you made it because you got a nice car unless you paid for it in full. That's what
That's what I tell you. I know I haven't made it yet. That's why I'm still out here hustling, Rob.
Yep.
Told you, bro.
I definitely ain't made
it. Right. If you have any questions for Chauncy, you can text us 2 ways. In Orlando, it's 407-369-8555. In Muskegon, it's 231-722-8338. Or this stream is also on our Facebook pages. And you can ask your question for Chauncy, the credit master. 700, 710 credit score. There's no easy path to that, is it? Is there?
No, it's not. No, it's no easy path. But I can tell you some things that I've noticed that people do that they let linger. Late payments, having credit card balances and carrying them month to month that are more than 30%. So like say if you got a credit card that's $3,000 or I say $1,000, and some people would say, oh, I'm making the minimum payments and I got $800 balance. A lot of times people don't look at that, your utilization on your credit, how much credit you're using every month. That's 80%. Not the $1,000, not the minimum payment. That's 80%. So now when it comes to compiling your credit score, the utilization rate goes in. They say you're using 80% of your available credit. So look at that $1,000 again and say, hold up, I'm only going to charge $300. If I carry a balance, I'm only going to charge $300. So now that brings that utilization down 50%. Now you at 30. So that's automatically go towards your credit score. Another thing that I always tell people is, man, the craziest thing, me and you talk about it all the time, PA, them student loans. A lot of times, people, this another way where you can get 100 points. It's a free tip for everybody because people be trying to call me and get free stuff all the time.
Here's that free nugget now.
Yeah, here go the free nugget. This is the game so a lot of people missed it during the pandemic. If you had consolidated or if you had public loan student forgiveness and you did it before COVID, you just got a free 12 months without paying. And then 12 months go towards your forgiveness. So imagine somebody's in deferment or in forbearance. What a deferment and a forbearance says to a loan officer, to a credit reporting agency, is a hardship. They're saying you can't pay. So when you can't say you can't pay, it lowers your credit score. Or if your student loans are not consolidated, each one show up as an individual account. So if you got 12 loans out there, student loans, and you say, I ain't paying them now, or they saying I'm good, that's 12 accounts on your credit report. Now,
you got 12 student loans, you should be a doctor or a lawyer, right?
Hey, no, it's not, sir. This is how it goes. when you enroll in school, there's a disbursement of a loan. It happens either by the year or by the quarter or by the semester, depending on your university. They disperse money every semester. So they get their refund check to pay their rent, their books. So every year those loans are dispersed on your credit report. So every semester. So like think about this fall semester for all the students. So everybody that got a student loan, they either got to subsidize or unsubsidized. That go on their credit report, right? So then when January roll around again is another disbursement comes. That's another tag on your credit report. So now when that person graduates, in 6 months, that's separation from that university. All those loans will activate. So then they go into a process of 30-day, 60-day, 90-day, 120, 180. So imagine being late on 12 student loans. And all you did was like, I didn't know. Your credit score go down so fast, so quick. The best way to make it right, consolidate them, get them down to one payment, qualify for income forgiveness. And a lot of times providers don't do this, PA and Rob. They don't tell people to do it because they lose money on the interest points. It's just like selling a car. When you get a student loan, it's points that they get from them financing the loan to you and the government getting them money back. They say, I got PA loan and I got Big Rob's loan. Big Rob got 10, PA got 10. Don't consolidate, PA. We got you. We're going to put you in a forbearance. We're going to defer you, PA. You ain't got to pay. But when December hits and January come around, I go to the government with all your student loans because I'm your provider and say, I got 10 loans with PA. I got 12 with Big Rob. Hey, I need another check because their interest is capitalizing. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
So as your interest capitalized, as a provider, I get millions of dollars, even if you don't pay.
Chauncy, I didn't know this during the mortgage crisis, 2008, 2007, that those mortgage company was cashing in They were getting paid. If it was a Fannie Mae loan, they was getting paid from the government for those mortgages that they foreclosed on, and they could turn around and sell that property.
Again, they were putting people out on the street. So and I'm gonna tell you how. Look, I'm gonna tell you how they got in the loan.
Man. I don't know if the American public realized that this mortgage company that said you couldn't pay is gonna put you out. Fannie Mae is gonna cut them a check, and they can take that same house and put it back out there and make some more money off of.
And then if you try to look at it on the foreclosed market, the bank won't even release it because they're gonna try to put it back in their portfolio. A lot of times, you got the people that know how to buy real estate back. They say, "Oh, I see this property was foreclosed. No, we retaining this because we gonna flip it themselves." They got their own portfolio that they flip themselves with properties that are not in the so-called red zone neighborhoods, or you know what I'm talking about when they tag certain communities,
right?
Poverty. So when you find that condo that was $700,000 and they got foreclosed, you ain't gonna get your hands on that one. You'll get your hands on the one in the hood that ain't worth nothing. But you're not gonna find a condo that's $500,000 that somebody foreclosed on. The bank gonna retain that and they gonna flip it that themselves.
Even though they don't get paid, even though they don't get cashed out.
That's right.
Rob, what do you think about that, Rob?
I think it's a hustle, and I think it's trading, man. So it's like me when I was in the game and stuff. Get somebody some bold stuff. I still want my bread.
Right.
Yep.
Hey, a couple more questions for we roll. Chauncey, what's the biggest way to get that credit thing popping, man? What's the biggest way, man? First steps, I guess.
Okay. I work with all people, all shapes, forms, and everything. So I'm gonna hit him where my big boy Rob is at, because Rob say he Illuminati and
oh yeah, yeah, he's a 75th degree in Illuminati.
I'm just kidding. Big Rob is big bro. But I help a lot of brothers that come home that are incarcerated and they re-enter in society.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them think that it's over for them. And when I sit them down and show them how to build their credit, here's another free tip for everybody. Find somebody in your family, grandma, auntie, cousin, that got good credit. If you have no credit history, here's another tip. I just did it for a client about a month ago. The young lady was 19 years old. She went from like a 469 to almost a 700 credit score. And I'm not going to share her name on air, but what she did was she signed up as an authorized user. I told her granny to put her on 3 of her credit cards. And her score went right up from nothing to 200 points in 30 days.
A 469. I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah, they out there.
Bro, it's possible. I got one now.
Oh, no, bro.
I got one now.
Pastor McCullingham say, I seen that personally. I was off work with cancer and got behind 1 month and a half, and they started the foreclosure process. Man, that is gangster, man.
Yep. Thank you, McCullingham. He exactly right. They come in, and when they come in with a strong arm.
A month and a half, man.
And don't be sitting on no asset now. Don't be sitting on something that's worth that got some equity in it.
Wow. Wow, that's good you helped that sister out.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna say this thing. I seen a post the other day. I'm not gonna say where I saw that, but somebody was saying, yeah, we looking to help Black families, we looking to help them get mortgages. And I said, send me a picture of your staff. I would like to see what your staff look like. If you got diversity on your staff, you say you help our people.
Woo!
That's how we want to be mortgage people right now. When they say they want to help our people, I'm saying this on air. Send me a picture of your staff. What does your staff look like? Because when they come in our community, they take advantage of our people with no doc loans. They take advantage of them with subprime credit. And what they do is they got a sliding scale to PA and Rob. They got a sliding scale. So when you go into a car dealership, it's a bunch of numbers. It say 380 to 850. And they got financing. They got the shark pool loan. They got the great credit. And whatever number you slide in, that's what they gonna do for you.
Wow.
So think about that. He right here. We only gonna do A, B, and C. If we can't get them approved, we gonna send you on. And they gonna say they got credit repair services and things like that. They're not gonna do what I'm gonna do for people.
Right.
And this is what I've noticed. I'll help people, but when it comes to a mortgage company or a bank working with me, they want to steal what I do because they don't know how to do it. And they don't want to work with me, but they would love to have my clients. And then my clients will tell them, like, I'm working with Chauncy.
Right.
Yeah, I've never seen some banks reach out
Mm-hmm.
that are not in this region, but some do not, because they know the marginal way is to take somebody for everything they got, not to really help them. Oh, we want to put you in this house, but you can't be in this one. So it happens, and it still happens.
What about these places that says everybody is guaranteed, everybody get financed? You're talking about a car.
Ooh, that's the shark pool. We know what shark pool is, don't you?
Right. Oh yeah.
Right?
I watched the Shark Tank.
Okay, that's what it looks like. Look, here you go.
I'm one of my favorite shows.
I'm about to be teaching now. You know, I'm educated too. I'm our work day ended. So here's the education part. So you come into a place to get financed for a vehicle. We take any credit, bankruptcy, charge off, this, that. We take everything, late payments, all that. They advertise that like crazy, right? This is what it is. When you got the Rolls Royce of credit score, your credit get hit one time. Okay? One hit. Because your credit score, that's 710. That's that Rolls Royce, right? You there. You at that number. You get hit one time, right? So they say, oh, your credit score is this. Oh, you can come in and get the GMAC Ford, the Lincoln, whatever you want.
Whatever road.
You're going to pay the best rate. You get the 0% financing, the lowest advertised on TV financing, right? Now, here's the next person. When they got that subprime score, when they at that 550, 610, 620, 630, they come in. And I always create this scenario with my clients, because you call it Chauncy the credit guru. I've been in both of them in my lifetime. I've been in the shark pool, and I done walked in and they talking about, hey, let's go get some donuts and coffee, and I'm kicking my feet up in the manager's office. I done been in both scenarios, okay?
Right.
So here's the other scenario when it's bad for you. And when people say, praise the Lord, I got the car. It's the ripoff. Because God will never give you something that's going to be financed too high. So this is what happens. Here's a scenario. And we probably done heard this over our life, because y'all two successful brothers. We all done walk the plank down, right?
Yeah.
Now, more than great detail.
Good portion.
I see people do it.
Right.
You go into the dealership. You say what kind of car you want. They say, yeah, let's pull your credit. It's the first thing they got to do. They got to do that, right?
Right.
So they pull it. They get you in. And they come back and say, oh, here you go. You know, I like the role play. Oh, Rob, it was hard, but we got you. We got you approved, brother. I had to pull some strings. Right? But I did what I could, right?
Right.
So then you come back, they say, yeah, this the next word. And that's what I don't like. I don't like to hear this from car salesmen. How much you got to put down?
Uh-oh.
Woohoo, that's dangerous. That's dangerous.
Right.
It's the next one. When they say that, how much you got to put down, they gonna take all that money that's going in their pocket.
Uh-oh.
Pocket change.
So don't tell them?
No. So what happens then after that, once you show them the down payment, they ask you this question. How much can you afford a month? Woo! Now hold up. It's another. I'm gonna add conjecture. I'm gonna add.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. What's your budget? Okay, we writing the number down. Oh, 300? Yeah, you can do. Can you do 300 for 86 months?
Ooh.
They putting loans, car loans, like it's many.
That's a mortgage payment. That's a
Somebody say, no, I ain't heard that. No, I've seen 86. I've seen 72 months on a car that's been 2010, 2012, 2014. And I'm animated. I'm talking animated like this because this is my thing. My spirit attached to this. Because I done seen credit reports hit like this. Chauncy, they done repoed the car. I'm like, what? They done repoed it? Because they done had you on a life sentence of a car load.
You did a bit.
About time you pay the car off, you ain't gonna even be able to drive it because it's gonna be expired. Like looking in the refrigerator at some milk. Like, hey man, this car's spoiled. They're selling up vehicles with expiration dates.
Right. Wow. I'm going to shout out some people that's listening and watching. Kay Nash, Larissa Danielle. I think she's on the coast. Also, Adela Levingston. Thanks for watching, listening. You post your questions or comment on our Facebook page. We got Chauncy WIlliams here, the credit guru. How can people get in contact with you, man? Let's get that journey started.
I'm on Facebook, Credit and Debt Help, Planning for Your Financial Success. What do I do now.biz is a website. Me and Tony Williams are pre-recorded. We on there every Saturday. Get at me. My process is this. I'm working with a client. As soon as I get off this computer, my process is I get you a credit profile. I look at your credit report, give you some tips and pointers that'll help other people get the 100, 200 points that they wanted, give you a free book, and work with you a whole year for a nominal fee. I might even say the fee on air because people can't even believe it when I do it. They like, that's all you charge? Yes, because I'm tired of my people being thrown in the shark pool. I want you to go into the bank. I want you to be able to go into the dealership, be able to know your credit score and not be leaning on no prayer or taking a 4-leaf clover and like I just hope the number fall out right. Hope my 3-digit hit.
Get that.
Then we post a picture like I got approved for the car. Or they giving cars names and there. I'm like, hold on. Finance that. That ain't no blessing. God don't give financing. I give you the car. Or you had a credit and you say, I'm gonna pay this car off in 3 years. Somebody else with bad credit paying it off in 6. You walking in there with 3 with no down payment because your credit's so good, you paying 3%, 2% on your. When we talk about interest, Paul, interest is every day.
Right.
Because
I ain't gonna lie though, Chauncy. I was happy when I was 19, became a correction officer, and got my first car. I thought I was grown then, man. I was like, I don't even know what my credit was. I just know I had some good money coming in, and but that was a long time ago. But I can relate to some of the folks because when you've been through a lot and you finally look like you're turning a corner, some of these material things you think is the reward. Yeah. Shouts out to Jason Hanna. He said, hurt when I got my first car repo and I'm still paying. Wow. Yep. That's been
thank you for being honest, Jason. Yeah. Jason's a good brother, man. Jason's
no doubt. Real good brother.
I love Jason, man. Got me thinking about my nephew Lonzo. Love Jason. But that's what we need.
What else want to share before we go?
I'm gonna say this. That's what we need. People like Jason right there. When you release the shame, that's when you can learn. He say, when they repo my first car, I'm still paying. If you reach out to me, I'll help him out to get off his credit report. Inbox me, Jason. I'll tell you what to do. I got the letters for you, and we'll approach it in the right process.
That's love.
When people avoid shame,
right?
That's when the real change come.
Yeah.
Like, hey, bro, I don't know.
Right.
Help me. I'm like, here. Oh, and then with me, sometimes, I got a personality, a humorous personality. So it could be a series of traumatic credit event that happened to somebody. And I would be laughing, describing my scenario that I had happen to me. And I say, oh, it ain't nothing like mine. It's easy. They're like, oh, I thought it was over for me. No, let's do this and this and this. That's the blessing of being in a situation where you could help somebody else and you could pay it forward for them because that blessing never runs out, PA. I've been doing this. I had a buddy in Detroit contact me the other day. He had to remind me when I started. It was in 2003. And I was my first person I did. And I did his.
Wow. Jason said it's been at least 8 years I've been paying. When you're young, you learn. That's real, man. Here's a question online from Ardella Levingston. What's your thoughts on gap insurance? Good question.
Gap insurance. Gap insurance is if you got good credit and because when you pay the car off, remember, the insurance company going to value it at what it is. And it depends on the accident. They're not going to cover up to a certain point. So when you get gap insurance, it's going to expire in a certain amount of time. So you got to think about, is your credit good enough to have gap insurance to pay it off? Because a lot of times it's just a product that's just offered to make some more money, to be honest. That's how you got to look at it. So if you walking in a bad credit situation and you like, well, I'm going to get gap insurance on this car because you're going to be upside down on the loan, that's worth it. Because about time you pay the car off, say some people have to get cars, PA, and be proud. Some people have to get them. So I recommend somebody that got to get a car and they got bad credit, and they say I got to go through these 4 years. You get gap insurance. But if you got good credit, and you buying a brand new car, or you buying something that's not depreciating so fast, then you don't need gap because you got full coverage. You paying the lowest amount on car insurance. My car insurance $100. My car insurance for 2 cars $100 a month for full coverage. Accident, 500,000, everything. But when your credit is there, you can do that. But then sometimes we be on the flip side of it, which I've been, where the insurance more than the car.
Yeah, I've been there.
$300 car insurance. $200. Like, man, I can't afford it right around the corner.
Right.
So I've been on both sides.
Who's your insurance company, man?
I got
I had to move mine to Florida, bro.
Yeah,
I couldn't do the Michigan insurance anymore.
Yeah, that's the benefit they give us as educators. So I got educators insurance. That's what it is.
Okay.
So,
that's what
I got decent enough credit score, and I've been in a situation where I ain't been in no accidents that I caused in a long time. I ain't had no ticket in a long time, no points. So the things that the obedience and the discipline I talked about,
right?
That's the way a credit report is a way of somebody seeing a reflection of you as a person on paper for the first time they meet you. So all those habit changing things or small things you do to make sure that you get a good credit score, that goes into good character, integrity. But life happens to some people where accidents happen, bad decisions happen. We don't have mentors there. So, but I'm gonna quote my one of the books I've read, and one of the mentors, Jim Rohn. He said, if you got an opportunity to get back on track, get on track. Get on track.
Now, Chauncy,
yes,
should a person, if they can buy a car straight out?
Buy a car straight out. That's what I recommend. And that's, I'm gonna say who taught me that. Man, he's a boss. Tony Williams. Tony Williams, I'm still driving my Tahoe truck right now because of Tony. Tony, like, you better not buy no new car. You supposed to be saving up for this. You supposed to be saving up for half on the down payment on this house. You better drive that car still. And Tony was a great example to me because he had the bravado and he drove it for so long and he didn't have to drive it. So I'm giving him, he's a great mentor. And he say, Chauncy, he say, pay them cars off. And he say, them car payments you was paying 3 years ago, keep on putting them in the bank. Man, that's fun. Like you said, you putting car notes in the bank?
Yeah.
Man, you go to the bank.
Good feeling.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna share it with you. It happened this summer. I was at one of the banks and I was making a deposit. Now I'm not Chauncy the rich Chauncy, I'm credit Chauncy. I'm just sharing with everybody on how you can move your money in a space where you get respect. So I'm at the bank and I'm depositing these checks, right?
Right.
And the lady asked me, she say, when you gonna stop bringing these checks? She say, you don't never take no money out. I was like, what are you talking about? She got to the point so personal with me. She like, hold on. All he do is deposit.
Yeah.
He gotta have some bills.
Right.
That's where we gotta get to. When people respect our discipline with our finances and we start telling our money what to do.
Tell your money.
Sit down over that money. Go sit in that bank account. I ain't touching you.
Chill out. I'll get back with you next election cycle.
Send me a text message.
Hey, Chunk, here's our last question before we go, man. We can do this all day. We got to do this more often.
Yes.
Eddie Coleman, my little son now, is in our mentorship program, graduated from college doing major things, acting, producing. He said, listen, I just pulled my credit report yesterday, and the only thing that's on there is student loans and one credit card. All of the other accounts had on there fell off. My question is, will those closed accounts affect me in the long run?
All right, I'm gonna tell him something. It's something called statute of limitations, Eddie Coleman. Abracadabra. It's the magician trick without pulling a rabbit out the hat. It's called the 7-year forgiveness. That's in the Bible. Owe a man nothing, be the lender. So over a certain amount of time, certain debts will expire. So each debt got its own statute of limitations. So when some charge is off, depending on what it is and how much it is, the value decreases. And you're like, hold up, how is that true? I'm gonna share with somebody. When you have a collection or a charge off of something, and all the hood families do this, because I gotta be comical, Chauncy. Everybody got the drawer at home with the orange, pink, and blue envelopes. That's bill collector envelopes. Right. So what happens is, like I told the audience a little earlier, 30-day, 60-day, 90-day, 120 days, 180 days late, charged off, right? When it's charged off, they sell your debt to somebody else. Now, the timetable is still going with that other debt. So then they send the collection to a collection agency, but now they reporting it twice, but then the original account is time about to expire. And then if you look at your credit report, it say the date when it's going to come off your credit report. So that's what the situation he's in, where it came off throughout a time. So he's in a good situation where he need to get to build your credit report starter kit. It's some pointers I got, where it's about several things he could do to get him a quick 100 points overnight.
Sometimes they pull the good stuff off too, man.
Yeah, sometimes, but that's when you pay something off. Listen, let me share this with you. Like, I had a client, she paid a car off, her score dropped like 19 points. And I was like, why you tripping? You don't have a car no more. You got a good car that's decent. Now let's go get you a secure loan or a secure credit card or something, and let's build your credit that way. Or let's work towards getting your home loan like you talked about. Does that make sense?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. People say, well, if I pay the car off early, my score gonna go down. Do you want to keep on paying $400 a month? Or do you want to be like what I said? It's in the bank.
It's in the bank. Yeah. Bank. All right, Chauncy, man. We gotta go. We gotta do this more often. I know you have a busy schedule.
I can talk to y'all all day. I'm gonna share this with you.
Yeah.
Do we get money to give it to somebody else, or do we get money to make it work for us?
Hey, man, make that thing work. Make it work. Make it work for you.
Yeah, make it work for you. You want to make money when you sleep, when you walking outside to a car that's paid off.
Yeah.
Self-esteem is in
going into a house that's paid off. Man, or going into a building that's paid off.
That's my neighbor right there, walking in something that I don't owe nobody nothing.
And the beautiful thing I could tell people from personal experience, that building that Big Rob is sitting in right there.
Yeah.
That 1,500 square feet building that Big Rob is in.
Yes.
We was able to pay cash for that. And that opened up so much. Now we getting revenue because people are renting tower space. We got a tower in the back.
That's right. Tell it. Come on, bro.
We got a Christian, a white-on radio station paying us tower space.
Yep.
With other folks inquiring.
Now I'm gonna say this. This ain't audience. This is not PA bragging at all. We need our people in position to lift us up and talk about how they making moves like this. Because guess what? The other people ain't gonna give you the cheat code. They ain't gonna give you the secret. They're gonna look at you, pat on the back, and give you a wage. That's what they're gonna do. They ain't gonna engage you in nothing. So keep on sharing the game like that, PA, because I truly appreciate you. I mean, I went on a whim and sent you an email about 4 or 5 years ago, and today we done be on your platform. I done helped a lot of people get their stuff together, and they probably would tell you. And that's what we about. That's being the community, not neighborhood. Not I got this and you can't get this, or I ain't gonna let you have nothing. It's about I got it. Let me tell you how to get it.
Exactly.
Thanks, I want you to have more than me.
I'm gonna say thanks, Idell. And we thanks everybody who's watching online. People are listening on radio. Chauncy, go ahead and give out their website again before we roll, brother.
It's whatdoidonow.biz. I'm on Facebook, Credit and Debt Help. You can hit up my Facebook page, Chauncy WIlliams. I don't post nothing else on Facebook, but how I'm gonna help people. So I'm always gonna hit something on Facebook. I'm using those platforms till they throw me off, because I want to make sure I'm sending out nothing but messages on how to help my people. It's not spam. It's not a scam. It's all love for my people. So I put something up. It's either gonna be what happened to me, or I'm gonna screenshot somebody's stuff without their name on it, because I want my people to see the burden of proof. I started in the classroom working with students, and I say, "What's wrong? Oh, we got evicted. Oh, they got our car repoed. My mama lost her job." I say, "I gotta learn a new skill," and this was the new skill, helping people with their credit. But it started in the classroom because I seen my students struggling because their parents couldn't make it. So I let me figure out something else, another tool, so their parents can make it, so a kid can come comfortable, so we can go to new levels in life. So that's how I got in it originally.
Woo, brother, the real deal. Thanks,
Wow.
Nick Knox says, I appreciate the information. All right, Chauncy, man. Thanks, brother, man.
Yep, I love y'all, man. You already know, Big Rob.
Love you too, bro.
Love you too, brother.
Love you too, bro.
Yep.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Wow.